Hello, Slam Nation. Welcome to episode 2. I'm Winnie Rose, Ethan Proudfoot.
And I'm Anthony Delgado.
And I'm Thomas Delaney.
To start off the show, we're going to do Legend Rewind. So we're going to go down the line and talk to you about our top 3 greatest players, in our opinion, in our sport. So we'll go football, wrestling, and hockey. So I'll start off. Number 1, the greatest player of all time, Tom Brady. Number 2, and no one's gonna really know who this is, Eli Manning. He beat Tom Brady twice in the Super Bowl. And then for third is the greatest defensive player ever played for the Giants, Lawrence Taylor. So,
But wait, like any wide receivers that are better or no?
Yeah.
I mean, we go Jerry Rice, Calvin Johnson.
Megatron.
Yeah, he retired early, but I think he would probably, if he didn't retire early, he'd probably be the greatest wide receiver of all time. That's a crazy take, but
It's not.
that's a jump ball. And Barry Sanders, one of the best running backs of all time. And then
Yeah,
That's a lot on top three.
there's a lot of top. Yeah, there's a lot of top three. It's top three and honorable mention. So Anthony, you wanna go?
Okay. For wrestling, I would say number 1 is Jordan Burroughs. Okay, he's probably like the most famous out of everyone. Number 2, I would take it to Russia. My boy Zerobek Zidikov. He has a funny last name, can't really pronounce it. But then number 3, I would say Mitchell Messerbrink from Penn State. I really like those guys. So
Would you beat them in a wrestling match?
Huh?
Would you beat them in a wrestling match?
yeah, I think I can take them on.
What
for
are
sure.
their weight classes?
Weight classes? I think they're 185, 185, and 175, and 165.
Okay.
Up in the higher weights.
Yeah.
Let's hear hockey.
All right. So first off, we got to go to undisputed goat of hockey. Mr. 97, Wayne Gretzky.
Okay.
Yeah, Wayne Gretzky. Oh wait, no, he's 99. Never mind. 99's Wayne Gretzky. 99's Wayne Gretzky. Number 2, he's still active, but he is getting older and he's gonna retire soon. Number 2, the grade 8, Alex Ovechkin. He now holds the all-time scoring record in hockey. So it's pretty amazing. He's been playing for a while now, so he is going to retire soon. So he will be a legend soon. And then number 3, he's also active, but I believe, in my opinion, he'll be the greatest player to ever touch the sport. Connor McDavid. He's 97. Just truly a game changer to the world of hockey. Yes.
I have one question.
Yeah.
So on that list, where does someone like Happy Gilmore place on the list?
Well, you see, Happy Gilmore
Okay.
Happy Gilmore had to retire from hockey to play
Yeah.
golf because he sucked.
That's-
So, maybe if we were talking about golf, I would put Happy Gilmore up there. But sadly, we're talking about hockey, and
yeah.
he wasn't too good at that sport.
Okay, so that's really it for Legend Rewind. Now we're going to commercial break. So this is our new thing, merch. Let's go.
All right, make sure y'all buy your CTE merch for Slam. Woo! It's super nice and comfy. Woo!
It's only large. I need a bigger size.
Oh my god. On the back it says, "Be smart, play fair, and stay safe."
I got a camera on my. I got a camera on my. This is video
Super
production.
cool.
Hey, buy
All right.
this. Hey, buy this.
Alright, first off, I want to say my name is Anthony Delgado, and I'm going to be interviewing you today. It's nice to meet you, Mr. Madlock. And with that being said, like you had an excellent career in your run of MLB, and obviously this interview just to get to know you and maybe like some advice. So with that being said, if you want to introduce yourself and like most of your accolades that you have, then right now would be a good time.
Okay, my name is Bill Matlock. I played 15 years in the major leagues for the Cubs, Pirates, Dodgers, and Tigers. Won the 1979 World Series with the Pirates, and I have 4 National League batting titles, and I was MVP in the All-Star game in Milwaukee in 1975.
That's good. And obviously I did my little research on you, and I'm aware that you have a nickname named Mad Dog.
Oh yeah, the bleacher bums in Chicago gave me that name. I used to get kind of fiery out there on the field when I played. I got kicked out a few times
That's
from
funny.
arguing with the umpires.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So, I just want to start off, just starting from rock bottom. The first question I have for you is, what first inspired you to play baseball, and when did you know that you wanted to make that switch to pro?
Well, really what started, I'm from a small town in Illinois, and we had just like in Las Vegas, we had an A-ball team in Decatur, Illinois, and I got a chance to meet some of the guys, and I said, oh, this seems like fun. This is what I want to be. And, it was a little different back there. I'm from a cold weather state, and we didn't play a lot of games. I guess not like here. We played something like 12 or 13 games a year. Then we went from baseball right into football, right into basketball. So, to be good in any sport, you really had to be dedicated, not only just playing, but in your practice and, and learn how to, do your schedule because we didn't have a lot of time to practice.
Yeah, it sounds like you were a multi-sport athlete. How were you able to manage that with like a bunch of like the personal stuff and like school?
Well, it was really easy because, like, say, back there, when baseball was over, it was over. When basketball was over, it was over. And football, and on top of that, all my coaches was my teachers, so you couldn't hide from them. So they kept on top of you. So it's just something that we did back there. It's sports is so much different now because, like, say, everybody just play one sport now because all sports are year round. And there it wasn't. You just went from one sport to another, and that's just the way we did it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I know a lot of people have like dreams to play that next level, play pro, and um, like they get excited to play pro until like they meet when they're actually there and they get scared. They get like they fold up under pressure. So like your first MLB game, how did it felt stepping on the field and like just looking out to the crowd? Explain that experience.
It was unbelievable. It's something that you dream about because I back then we could only watch one game a week. It's not like now baseball's on every day and every hour almost. I got to the ballpark late, so I really didn't have time to get nervous or something. I went right from the airport to the clubhouse to the field. So it was great. Once you walk, I guess the main thing you do is walking down from the clubhouse to the field. That's just an unbelievable feeling because you look at yourself and say, "Hey, I finally made it." Something you dream about, something that you talked about, and something that you watched on TV, and all of a sudden you're out there playing against the guys that you watched on TV, and that was the greatest thing about it.
That's good. That's always good to hear. Obviously, that very first game that you stepped on the field, that's just when your incredible career started. And obviously, in a career, you always have ups and downs. What would you say was your most proudest moment?
Well, I think because I was fortunate enough, in my second year in the major league, I made the All Star game in Chicago, and that year I was MVP. But the thrill about the whole thing is walking into the All Star locker room when you see guys like Pete Rose, Hank Aaron, Steve Garvey, guys that you watched on TV, and he's all of a sudden Johnny Bench, Joe Morgan, and Lou Brock. You said, "Geez, I'm here, and they're my teammates. I just wish I had those guys for teammates the whole year because that was a heck of a team right there."
Yeah, sounds like a lot of tough competition for sure. And just great opportunities. Obviously you were able to play with them. Your second year, you said, of MLB, you were an all-star, and that's just something great to hear. Kind of like I would say, like a rookie on the All-Star team is, great, always great to hear. Um, like with playing against those good athletes, I would say like what was your toughest pitch during your career? Like toughest pitches that you've had to overcome?
Well, being a right-handed batter, they always say, "Oh, what's a right-handed pitcher your toughest pitch?" No, my toughest guy to hit off was Steve Carlton. He was a left-handed pitcher from the Philadelphia Phillies. He had a slider that breaks down and into you, and that was a tough pitch for me. But like say, whenever you play in a major league, I think sometimes people or high school or college, it doesn't really matter. They forget how hard it is to hit a baseball, because regardless how good you are, you still basically gonna fail 70% of the time. That's one of the best hitters of all time. They're gonna fail 70 to 80% of the time, and that's a lot of failure right there. You got to learn how to cope with that. And I think that's the toughest thing to cope with failure, because in baseball you have a lot of failure.
Yeah, for sure. And with that, going off of your batting career kind of, I'm not no expert about baseball, but I did some research and you had a .305 batting average. That's pretty good because I was looking at some others and compared to you and some others, that's really good. And um, you won multiple batting titles in your career. What mindset or preparation helped you stay consistent, just winning constantly, constantly, constantly?
Well, I think preparation. You got to prepare yourself day in and day out, because people forget sometimes how many games that you play in such a short period of time. We played 162 games in a 6 month time. So it's just preparation, mentally prepare yourself both on and off the field. You had to eat right, you had to sleep right, you have to do all those little things that people forget, and main thing is, cope with failure. And that's one of the whole thing, because like I say, once you're in high school, college, you don't fail that much, but all of a sudden you get in pros, you start failing, a lot more than you succeed. And that's what's the tough thing. You know how to come back after failure, after going 0 for 10, 0 for 20. And then, you got to get back there the next day and still play the game, and, play at a high level, because, like I always tell my students now, is no substitute for hard work.
Yeah, exactly. And I would say the biggest thing that people don't really understand is that it's harder to be at the top and maintain being the greatest than starting rock bottom and going up to become the greatest. You always have people trying to catch you, and I think that's something that you did very great at, is just keep on rising, 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 even though if you're one of the top. And um obviously the greats always have some ups and downs. They never have consistent perfect games. So how did you handle like some of those, like some bad games mixed with some good games?
Well, I think talking with your teammates, talking with the other guys who have success, because I was fortunate to play on teams who had great players, guys who have been successful, guys have not been successful, and how they prepare themselves for both being successful and failure. And I think the whole thing, and I think I mean, if anybody played any type of sports, they know teammates are very important to you. Your guys who cheer for you, guy who's not afraid to tell you when you do something wrong, and guys who help you out. And that's what you need right there.
Yeah, for sure. I think just teammates and having a good bond with your team and your coaches, is really good. Just it's always good to have the connections, just because you can ask them what's wrong, what do I need to fix. It's always good to have that good connection. Um, with that being said, if you could connect to some of the young athletes out here listening to this podcast, what advice would you give them to stay motivated in their sport when things get tough?
Well, like I said, there's no substitute for for hard work, and like I said, that's the toughest part is, a guy always told me, said, don't get too high when you're doing good, or don't get too low when you're going bad. And I think that's the whole thing. Is work hard. And work hard because the mental part of the game is, if you're playing the game, obviously you got the physical part of the game, but the toughest part is the mental part of the game once you get there, and you got to be strong mentally to come back from failure, and continue when you have success. And I think that's the whole thing, it comes down to working hard and preparation for your game, because like I say, some of these kids, who's not in pro, they got to put schoolwork with baseball, with practice, with different things, same thing. And, when I played, I had to put baseball with family and and fatherhood and all that, so it is tough. It's not easy to be successful and stay successful in any sport.
I just want to say thank you for thank you for letting us have you on this podcast. It really means a lot to us. And any last words that you would want to say before?
Same thing in your profession. Wrestling, I tried that when I was growing up, and that was the toughest sport that I ever tried to do. Those 3 minutes, 2 minutes are the hardest 2 minutes and 3 minutes of my life. To preparate for a match. And that's why I went to baseball. I said, no, wrestling is too hard for me.
Yeah, for sure. It is probably one of the toughest combat sports. Obviously, there's a bunch of combat sports, but yeah, for sure did not choose the easy route. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Thank you very much for having me on your podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, you have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
Make sure y'all go buy the merch. And now we're moving on to our game, which maybe wondering, what is the game? The game is guess their player by like the top of their head. So let's get into it. Ready? Producer!
Okay. Well, wait, that's Gordie Howe.
What?
Wait.
That's Happy Gilmore.
Wait.
That's Alice.
That was easy.
That's easy pick.
That was easy pickings.
Wait,
Dude,
that's
because it
crazy.
was like black and white. Is that?
I was
You can
mad
tell by
confused.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I said it was Gordie Howe because he played way back then.
All right, ready?
All right, next
All right,
one.
next
Producer.
one.
Oh,
Wait, is that Travis Kelce?
Carson Wentz.
Wait,
Oh.
wait.
That's Travis.
That's football, right? Or
That's
basketball?
yeah.
Basketball?
That's football.
No, that's No, oh, shoot, you just said
That's
that.
soccer? Is that soccer?
Soccer.
Soccer.
Wait, is that Messi? Hey!
What?
Let's go!
I didn't know Messi had a beard.
Let's go.
Yeah, I didn't know he had a ginger beard.
I didn't even know he had
He's
a
like
beard.
pretty like ginger, cause he's I don't know.
I don't know.
All right,
All
next
right,
one.
producer.
Ready? Oh jeez.
Okay, is that football player? Okay.
That's such
That
a
looks
bad-
like Eli Manning or something.
That is not Eli Manning. He has
You said
so
football, right?
he has a buzz cut.
Oh, wait, come down a little bit. Yeah. Is that a quarterback?
It looks like my dad's hair.
It has to be a quarterback.
Yeah, he's a white quarterback.
Um,
Name off white quarterbacks.
yeah.
No, it's not Justin Herbert. It can't be Justin Herbert. It's not.
Wait, are they current? They're current?
No.
Oh my god,
Oh,
dude.
yikes.
It's not. Is that Big
Do
Ben?
you know
Oh,
what-
that's Tom Brady.
Oh,
Just when he
wait.
buzzes his hair.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was-
it was a little
okay,
weird looking.
Okay,
It
yeah.
was a little weird looking. Okay.
That's the goat.
All right, next one, producer. Dude, I'm sucking. I lost the one.
Okay, so he
wait.
pays for the Pirates,
The
right?
Pirates.
All right.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Is that the Bill Madlock,
What?
known as Mad Dog? He's a 3-time All-Star, 4-time MLB batting champion. He won a World Series and he's All-Star MVP.
This year, Slim Nevada High School has finally accomplished the goal of becoming a 5-star school since officially opening in 2013. Now, this is amazing news, and there are many ways on how we made this amazing accomplishment. Let's go ask our principal, Mr. Triana, about how we accomplished this exciting goal.
High School has become a 5-star high school due to various reasons, but it's super exciting to attain that for the first year since we've started. In the state of Nevada, we're the only Title I 5-star school. And the way that high school can reach that status is the graduation rate is a big indicator. The past 5 years, our average is 98% graduation rate, which is super strong. CTE completers, ACT scores in math, science, and ELA, and chronic absenteeism is a big factor as well. So because of all these things growing and getting better and better every year, we finally achieved 5-star status.
Now, speaking of CTE completers and scores, let's head to one of our CTE directors and our video production teacher, Ms. Arevalo, and hear what she has to say.
CTE is a big component when we're talking about the school rating and stars because they take into account the completers for our programs. And I am very proud to say that through the years, all our programs have increased the number of completers, which means the students that have finished their marketing, sports medicine, or video production programs, they actually maintained a 3.0 GPA in their class, their program, and they are considered the completers.
At the end of the day, we're going to become a 5-star school without all of you in our SLAM family. So we want to give you guys a huge shout out and thank you to all the SLAM students and teachers for all of your hard work and determination that you show in the classroom. We also encourage you guys to keep up the great work you guys are already doing. Keep striving for success. And remember that just a little progress each day will lead to great results. This is Gabriel Ripley signing out.
Alright, Slam Nation, we had a lot of fun making this podcast today. And again, I'm Thomas Delaney.
I'm Anthony Delgado.
I'm Ethan Proudfoot.
And we'll see you guys next time.